Each of our current specialist courts and programs have common components. All are underpinned by therapeutic jurisprudence, which means the court's engagement with clients includes consideration of their legal issues, their complexity and risk needs, and a focus on building upon their individual strengths, well-being and goals. Legal problems don't exist in isolation. They're often connected to other complex issues. A range of specialist and solution-focused responses have been implemented by the Magistrates Court that seek to address the underlying causes of offending behaviours. These responses are overseen by the Specialist Courts and Programs Directorate. They include the Court Integrated Services Program and the KISP Remand Outreach Program, the Assessment and Referral Court, Diversion Program, the Drug Court, the Keori Court, the Victims of Crime Assistance Tribunal, and the Neighbourhood Justice Centre. Let's take a look at some of these initiatives. The Court Integrated Services Program, or KISS for short, provides people on bail with short-term assistance for up to 4 months to address the causes of their offending prior to sentencing. The support offered in this program depends on the eligibility and assessed needs of each participant. Through individualised case management, KISP facilitates access to treatment and community support services, which may include drug and alcohol counselling, housing support, financial counselling, or mental health assessments. KISP commenced operation in 2007 as a pilot program at the Melbourne, Sunshine and Latrobe Valley Magistrates Courts. It has since become a fully funded ongoing program available at 20 court locations across Victoria. KISP is integral to the Melbourne Magistrates Court Bail and Remand Court, providing initial assessments and assistance to clients requiring access to services to address barriers to bail. In the 2018-19 financial year, KISP received a total of 3,967 referrals, an increase of 23% from the 2017-18 financial year. The most common presenting issues at referral were illicit drug use, mental health issues, and homelessness. KISP also incorporates the KISP Remand Outreach Program, or CROP, which commenced in 2014 and is a joint initiative with Corrections Victoria. 13 CROP staff are located at 5 Victorian prisons to proactively identify remand prisoners who may be eligible for bail if appropriate community supports were put in place. CROP workers liaise with remand prisoners and their legal representatives to identify and address any barriers to receiving these supports. Again, services may include assistance with accommodation, substance abuse, or mental health issues. Clients released on bail receive ongoing support through the KISP team. For the 2018-19 financial year, CROP assisted 218 participants. The Assessment and Referral Court, or ARC, commenced in 2010 at the Melbourne Magistrates Court. ARC is a specialist pre-sentence court with a solutions focus underpinned by therapeutic jurisprudence. The ARC team works with accused people with a mental illness and/or a cognitive impairment to improve justice and wellbeing outcomes. As part of the assessment process, individual support plans are developed with participants, who are then provided with intensive case management and assistance to engage with specialist services for up to 12 months. During hearings, the magistrate provides active supervision, reviewing the participants' engagement with services and how they're progressing with their plan. These hearings are less formal, involving interaction between the participant and the ARC team. ARC also works collaboratively with KISP. Successful participation in ARC is taken into account by the magistrate in determining an appropriate sentence. ARC is currently available in 5 locations. In the 2018-19 financial year, ARC received 323 referrals at all locations, with 83 new clients accepted into the program. The Criminal Justice Diversion Program provides predominantly first-time offenders with the opportunity to avoid a criminal record. Participants in this program indicate to the court that they take responsibility for their actions and, as a way of showing remorse, agree to undertake a number of conditions. These can include writing a letter of apology, paying compensation to the victim, undertaking appropriate behaviour change courses such as anger management or drug awareness, or paying money to a specified charity. The victim's views on diversion are also sought. If conditions are complied with, the matter is then dismissed. The diversion program operates at all courts across the state. In the 2018-19 financial year, the diversion program received 7,459 referrals, with 5,373 diversion plans being undertaken and successfully completed. The Drug Court provides accused persons who have entrenched substance use and criminal behaviours the opportunity to complete a 2-year drug treatment order instead of a custodial sentence. The intensive drug treatment regime is judicially supervised, and a multidisciplinary, multi-agency team provides treatment and referrals to address the underlying causes of drug and alcohol addiction. The drug treatment order is a mandatory intensive treatment regime which includes regular drug screens, counselling and judicial supervision. The treatment order is structured to promote participants' honesty, accountability and behaviour change. Positive reinforcement is offered for compliance. However, non-compliance can lead to sanctions including jail. The Drug Court represents a fundamental shift in the way courts deal with drug offenders. It protects the community by focusing on rehabilitation of offenders with entrenched drug dependencies. The goal is to improve their health and well-being, bring stability to their chaotic lifestyle, and reintegrate them into the community. Drug Court commenced in Dandenong in 2002, initially as a pilot project to assist 70 participants. In the 2016 state budget, the Victorian Government provided funding for the expansion of the Drug Court to Melbourne, with additional capacity for 170 participants. The Keori Court is a specialist division of the Magistrates Court of Victoria and Children's Court of Victoria. It was established in 2002 to address the overrepresentation of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the criminal justice system. Keori Court is a culturally appropriate sentencing court for Koori defendants who plead guilty. There are 12 adult jurisdiction Keori courts and 10 within the Children's Court, supported by around 80 elders and respected persons, 10 Keori court officers and 2 Keori community engagement officers. Keori courts have an informal atmosphere and allow greater participation by the Keori community in the court process. Elders and respected persons, Keori court officers, the participant and their families all contribute during the hearing. These conversations help reduce cultural alienation and ensure sentencing orders are appropriate. The Neighbourhood Justice Centre, also known as the NJC, was established in 2007 and is Australia's only community justice centre. The NJC is a division of the Magistrates Court of Victoria and the Children's Court, and is unique with a wraparound court and social services approach. Based in Collingwood and serving residents of the City of Yarra, it hears some 3,500 matters a year, including criminal, family violence, personal safety and children's court matters. The NJC's multi-jurisdictional court also sits as a Victims of Crime Assistance Tribunal and Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal. The NJC's community justice approach focuses on the causes of harm and criminal behaviour at both an individual and community level. The NJC partners with individuals and organisations in the City of Yarra to develop local strategies to prevent crime, focusing on building community safety and resilience and targeting social disadvantage. It provides a one-stop shop of justice and social services, meaning increased access to justice and early intervention to tackle issues which may lead to offending or victimisation. The NJC also operates a multi-jurisdictional court with a single magistrate who uses a holistic approach to increase offender accountability and deal with an individual's issues. The NJC has approximately 45 staff, providing a suite of services to help address the underlying causes of harmful or offending behaviours. This includes intensive mental health support, accommodation, substance abuse support, family violence support, financial counselling, and support for those from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds. The NJC is also a living justice lab or incubation hub, with a focus on innovation and trialling new justice initiatives. The NJC developed the online Family Violence Intervention Order application form, which is being rolled out across the state. It is also currently trialling an SMS notification reminder system for clients, an online tool for those wanting to plead guilty to minor traffic infringements, and an alcohol and drug recovery support app. The Victims of Crime Assistance Tribunal, or VOCAT, provides financial assistance to victims of violent crime, helping with their recovery and expenses arising from the crime. The tribunal also provides an empathetic forum for victims to tell their story and receive acknowledgement for their experience of loss and suffering. It is not uncommon for a tribunal member to sit in court with a victim and engage in a discussion about the impact the crime has had. This allows an investigation of options that the tribunal could fund to assist the person in their recovery from the act of violence and ensures that awards are relevant and effective. VOCAT works in partnership with a range of Victorian services and agencies responsible for supporting victims of crime. VOCAT matters are dealt with at court locations across the state. In Melbourne, VOCAT also provides specialised Keori and family violence assistance. In the 2018-19 financial year, there was an increase in the number of VOCAT applications filed, as well as finalised applications and final awards of assistance. This last financial year has also seen $59.3 million being awarded, an increase of 6.8% from the previous year. Approximately 36.3% of the matters that are listed before the tribunal relate to family violence. Therapeutic justice ensures that court practices and processes don't have negative consequences for the well-being of court users, regardless of whether they are accused, offenders, clients, participants, victims or witnesses. Specialist courts and programs recognise that safer and more resilient communities exist when all court participants receive timely and just interventions which respond to their individual goals, risks and complexity, and empower people to recover and reintegrate into society.